Hello ladies, welcome back to the channel. So inside of this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 5 ways to know that it is time for you to experience womb healing. Now, I get so many questions from people who are just coming across my work. Now, I am a advisor for high achieving women, women who are really looking to operate at their next level in a more queen embodied feminine way in their businesses, in their relationships, in their lifestyles, and overall way of showing up and being. And a huge part of the work that I do with my clients is womb healing. So I wanted to go ahead and make a video kind of just breaking down what womb healing even is. I get this question all the time from people who are, maybe just stumbling across my works, just stumbling across my podcast, and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this? And so this is going to be the video for you. So what is womb healing? Womb healing is essentially a energetic cleansing of your womb space. As a woman, this is where all of our trauma, all of our past experiences, all of our past memories are stored inside of our womb space. Now, as women, we wield so much power when we get to be connected and deeply understand the importance of being connected to your womb space and what actually comes from being connected to that. As the womb is literally a portal. Your womb creates life, and not just physical life through babies, but your creative energy comes from here. Your divine consciousness is connected through here. Your inner knowing of things or directions that you should be going in literally comes from your womb space. And the majority of women operating today do not have a strong connection to their womb space because of all of the reasons that we're going to be talking about today. I first experienced womb healing for myself back in 2017, and it absolutely changed my entire life. I went from being a extremely hyper independent, can't receive, everything has to be relied on me, very intellectual, always up in my head, to being someone that can truly rest and be safe in their own bodies and truly be able to trust and listen to the internal knowings that is coming up for me. And if you are someone who has been disconnected from your womb space, hearing me say things like that can seem a little bit more foreign and can almost feel a little bit too flowy, or, oh, that's not for me. But I trust you, I have worked with over 200 plus women. And when I tell you that I have seen the most disconnected women turn into completely soft, embodied, so incredibly sensual women, it is incredible. And the results that they have been able to create from restoring this connection within themselves is incredible. So the first sign to know that it is time to experience womb healing is you are hyper independent. Now, usually for majority of men who tend to be hyper independent, this is not something that you have wanted to do, right? There was something a part of your upbringing, a part of your childhood where you were let down by a caregiver, by whomever it is that you were, growing up, that was supposed to take care of you, that was supposed to have your back. And you basically chose out of a survival mechanism that, you know what, it's only up to me. I've got to make it happen. If I want something, then I've got to do it. I've got to have my own back. And while those are amazing qualities to have, the majority of my clients, they have been able to achieve a lot of incredible success in their careers and in their financial lives. However, there comes a point in your journey and in your life where you will reach a cap where you can't put more effort. You can't effort your way more to get to your next level. It requires something else. It requires something a little bit deeper. And this is where your womb space, this is where bringing in more of your divine, this is where bringing in more of the connection to your feminine has to come in. The second sign that you may need womb healing is you feel disconnected from yourself. So if this is you, you probably feel very comfortable, being up in the head, up in the mind. You're someone that thinks very logically. Everything has to be backed by data. Everything has to come from some sort of study. If you want to do anything, you've got to research it. And again, there's nothing that's wrong with this. However, as women, we hold such a special key. We hold a different key of information that only we can unlock. And can you imagine the potentiality that you are missing out of if you are not tapped into that? And so a lot of times it feels more safe to rely on research and things that are backed and things that are studied. But again, you have a internal knowing. You have what's called womb wisdom that you must tap into if you truly want to play and operate at your next level in a more easeful way. The third sign that it's time for you to experience womb healing is you have a really hard time receiving, or you don't receive much at all. When someone offers you to hold the door for you, if someone offers to help you out, you go ahead and say, you know what, I've got it, like that's fine. And usually what I have found is that a lot of women tend to do this because they don't want to feel like they owe someone something in return. And what I have to share with you about this is that it is such poor spiritual hygiene. I want you to get this into your mind here. It is a sin for you to not receive. It is a sin for you to not allow yourself to receive. It is a universal law that there must be a reciprocation of give and receive, give and receive. And if you are only allowing yourself to be in a space where you are the only one giving, then there is an imbalance, then there's no harmony. And so, how can you allow yourself to receive more? A lot of people will say, I want to, nobody helps me, or I'm always the one that I've got to do everything. Like, I'm the only one that can do it the correct way. It's all on me. And my love, that is a story. That is a story that you tell yourself to keep affirming that old belief that is stored inside of your subconscious, aka your womb space, to keep affirming that belief that you are not good enough to receive, that you have to rely on yourself. And that is further from the truth. The fourth sign to know that it is time to experience womb healing is you are ready to do your next level in a more magnetic, easeful way. So many of the women that I work with are in a space where they are just not even physically burnt out, but just emotionally and mentally, they are capped. They are capped in terms of they are tired of only just being so logical and up in their mind, and everything is technical, and they've got to be practical and punctual. And they're ready to tap more into a little bit more of creativity. They're ready to explore more of what they're being called to do, and not so much all the time what is the most practical option. And when you are ready to start ascending to your next levels, there's got to be a little bit more magic involved. There's got to be a little bit more faith involved. And what is faith? It is believing in the unseen. And chances are you have gotten to where it is that you are today because you've been able to be very calculated. You've been able to follow very specific formulas. If you work in corporate, there's a formula. You do this position for a year, and then you apply for this, or then you get promoted. It's very A plus B equals C. And when you are ready to start tapping into unlimited, when you are ready to start tapping into limitless, when you are ready to start tapping into extraordinary, never been done before, been done by not most people, you've got to start tapping into a little bit more magic, a little bit more unseen, a little bit more of your feminine. And the fifth sign to know that it might be time to experience womb healing is if you have any sort of reproductive issues, if you have, issues with painful intercourse, if you have issues with infertility, irregular or missed cycles. I have seen so many of my clients who haven't had a period in, almost a year. And then after they've experienced womb healing, then their cycles are back normal, ready to go. I have seen clients who have struggled with infertility, and after experience womb healing, they're able to fall pregnant. So you'll be surprised how the energetic body is such a component to the physical realm. So what does womb healing even look like? What does the process feel like? What does it look like? Is it painful? Is it a procedure? It's nothing like that. It's simply putting you in a deep state of meditation. And this is something where you're going to want to have a skilled advisor and a practitioner walk you through. So once you're really dropped in, what you're really going to be able to experience is you're going to be able to start actually seeing where exactly inside of your womb space is blocked. You're literally going to be able to see it via colors, via shapes, via actual visions of what is happening inside of your womb space. And from there, we're able to energetically cut cords. We're able to energetically clear out the gunk that is stored inside of your womb space from not even just from your past experiences and your past trauma, but these things can be generational. These things can be stored inside of you from back in your mother's womb. These things could have been going on for generations and generations and generations. And so, my love, if you truly want to experience really feeling at home and at peace, not just in your body, but as a woman, really truly experiencing the gifts of what it feels like to be a woman and being able to call in and create the unseen, be able to call in the unimaginable, the unthinkable. My clients are able to create such incredible results in their relationships, in their businesses, in such like speedy, crazy levels of time. Because when you're operating from this space, when you're going in and meta updating the subconscious, which has to do with your womb space, and that's where all of your old memories are stored, all of your old conditioning is stored. When you go ahead and tune that up, time is experienced differently on that plane. And so when you have removed those blocks, things get to happen so much faster because you're operating from a different energetic body, a whole different frequency. It is insane. So if you want to go ahead and learn more about womb healing, what it feels like, if you want to go ahead and book in your own session, then all of the links for that will be down in the description box. All of the goodies for you will be down in the description box. Other than that, I will see you on the next video. Bye.